All right, guys, well, good morning. I have already made a trip to Home Depot. Man, I just dropped my phone and awesome. Anyways, already made a trip to Home Depot. I got my material. So what I'm doing today is building my wife a garden box. This is gonna be completely constructed out of cedar fence pickets. Number one, it'll keep costs down. Number two, the cedar fence pickets are not treated. They don't have any chemicals or anything like that, and they're naturally rot resistant, naturally insect resistant. But still, this garden box is about 50 bucks and it will last you multiple seasons. So highly recommend using cedar instead of using regular lumber, and definitely don't use pressure treated, not if you are putting in like vegetables and fruits, things that you are going to eat, because those chemicals will get into your vegetables and I do not recommend that. So let's get it. All right, so you got your 6-inch pickets here, and you got your 3-inch pickets. These are gonna be for our legs. These are gonna be for the box itself. I'm getting a couple extra of each. So we've got, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8 of the 6-inch, and then we've got 6 of the 3-inch. Like I said, we should only need technically 4 of these for our legs, and then we should only need 6 of these for the actual box itself. Okay, so it is Saturday and the wife and I are gonna be spending the weekend together for the most part. This is like the first weekend of the year that is not completely booked out with either running the coffee shops or holidays or having to work on the house or whatever. So this weekend we've got a bunch of shit that we want to work on, but I just finished at Home Depot. I'm gonna teach y'all how to build a garden box, a raised garden box out of cedar fence pickets. Cost you less than 50 bucks, and you can do it cheaper if you were to use cheaper wood, but the reason that I do not is because cedar is naturally rot resistant, naturally insect resistant, and there's no chemicals and all that kind of shit that's sprayed on it. So we can feel confident, you know, planting whatever vegetables or whatnot that my wife wants to put in this garden box without knowing that they're gonna soak up chemicals the whole time. So I've got 6-inch fence pickets and 3-inch fence pickets, and I will show you how I'm going to assemble all of that into a garden box. Let's fast forward to that now. Okay. Hey, this dog.
No,
we're trying to figure out why he does this, why he dumps the bowls. Why do you do this? Why do you? Hey, cat dog. No, that's not for you.
That's oh no.
We're actually going to assemble this garden box with a pneumatic crown stapler. If you don't know what that is, I'm going to show you, but these are the staples that we're going to be using for that. Instead of using just regular brad nails only has the one little nail, which is the point of contact, whereas this is actually going to be a stronger hold because it's a staple. These are 16 or 18 gauge narrow crown staples. What's nice about these, especially with the cedar is a fairly soft wood. Because the cedar is so soft, it'll go pretty far in and it'll hold everything together really nice. We don't need to use any screws or anything like that. This is all gonna be done with an air compressor, pneumatic crown stapler, and then the chop saw. And then on the bottom, I'll show you guys what we're gonna do on the bottom because we want good drainage as well. Okay, so like I told you guys, we got both 3-inch and 6-inch pickets. The 3-inch is gonna be for the legs. I'm gonna make L-shaped legs. So I'm gonna cut all of these to size first, then we're gonna build the box, then we'll put the legs on. Each one of these is 6 foot, but it's 6 foot with the dog ear cut up here. So we're actually gonna cut that off, and then we're gonna get 2 24-inch pieces out of this because the garden box is gonna be 24 inches high. So we're gonna be using the 18 gauge narrow crown stapler with these 1-inch staples. Those are more than enough. You see the material is about a 1/2 inch thick. So we just need to go through the material into the other material And then this is going to be great because as a staple, it'll have more strength than a brad nail. So I'm going to cut the legs first. So basically I need 2 cut of the 3-inch pickets for each leg. So I need 8 of those. We're going to do that first, and then we'll put the box together.
Relax, relax, play, be outside, live your life, live your dog life, get your scruffles. We'll get that.
Now that we've got all 8 legs that we're going to need, I need to cut 4 long pieces of the 6-inch and then 4 small pieces of the 6-inch. All right, so what we've got now is we've got 8 of our 3-inch legs, we've got 4 of our 6-inch sides, and we've got 4 of our 6-inch long sides. So now we're gonna build the box. Shorts go on the 2 ends, and then the longs go on the other sides. So we'll build that box first, then we'll attach our legs. All right, so our short side, long side, those are gonna make a 90-degree. We're gonna put those together with our stapler. Just line up the top, put a staple in it, then do the same thing on the bottom. Get out of the way. All right, grab another one of our short sides. So a couple of things real quick. If you look at this, you see that it's a little bit bowed this way. That's called cupping. And for this case, it's fine. It's not a big deal. I advise just putting the cupping facing in towards the box, not facing out. It'll hold together better that way. All right, so real quick note. When you're doing the second layer of the box, make sure that you put these ends together the same way that you did the first box. It doesn't matter if they're on the outside or if this piece is on the outside or if it's on the inside. It just needs to be consistent between the bottom layer and the top layer so that you have the same size box. Otherwise, it's going to be off and they're not going to stack properly. So now, take this second box. Perfect. So now all we need to do is the legs and the bottom. So in order to do the legs, I told you we're going to do an L-shaped leg. So we're basically going to do this on each corner. This one's got a little piece missing out of it. That's all right. Just put that going into the box as opposed to where the leg is actually resting on. But all we're going to do is take our 2 pieces and we're going to do this in order to make our leg. We have our garden box, which is about a 12-inch deep box. And then we've got the elevation. If you want to trim these down, you can. The reason that I'm going this high is that way you don't have to bend over quite as much and the plants are elevated. So what we're going to do, we're going to put our legs together first. There's one leg. Rinse and repeat 3 more times. On the bottom, all we're gonna do is some cross members. We do not want to completely close the bottom because we want drainage for the plants. So we'll do some cross members, we'll leave some gaps, and then we'll line the bottom with cardboard. That'll allow the water to pass through slowly while the plants use what they need, and then it doesn't oversaturate. So basically, you see the garden box here is upside down. We're gonna do 2 6-inch pickets long ways this way, and then we'll do a few 3-inch pickets the other direction, perpendicular to those, and that will create the base for the cardboard for the garden box. God dog, what are you doing? I've got the 2 6-inch pickets cut. They're gonna go on the inside of this. The reason that they're not sitting flush on this and they're going on the inside is because these cross members here, those are gonna sit on top. And so we don't want them to meet up with this or bend going over it. We want it to be flat. So I will staple these 2 on the inside here, and then we'll do our cross members.
He did it again.
So you see how this, pay no attention to that. We're gonna secure it better. That was just to hold it in place while I nailed the other side. But if you see, these are going right inside the legs. So now we're gonna cut the cross members. Those need to be 24 inches, and we basically need to get as many as we can out of what we have left. Okay, so basically this space right here in between these, all I did was take that overall dimension, which is 55.5. I subtracted the dimension of 2 of these. These are 3.5 inches a piece. So minus 7 inches, and then divide that by 3. That'll give you the spacing in between these equally. It ends up being like 16.16, but I'm just gonna stop at 16. So it's easy numbers. It's a garden box. You don't need to be too specific. So all we're gonna do then, nail one side, and then we'll go on the other side, measure that side out, make sure it's the same. Voila! Garden box. All right, guys, so thanks to my beautiful wife for shooting that video for y'all. The garden box is done. So this build is less than 50 bucks. You could actually do it for probably half that if Home Depot has pickets that are damaged, that you can go to the register and say, hey, these were in the damaged pile, you know, what are you willing to do? And most of the time they'll actually do like 50 to 75% off those. So what you really need is about 8 6-inch pickets. You need about 6 3-inch pickets, and that's pretty much it. And then the bottom, all you're gonna do is line that with cardboard, and then you can add your dirt. What this does, obviously a raised garden bed, a lot of times is better than planting in the ground because a lot of times we don't have good soil. For us specifically, our property has a septic with a drip system, and so we don't want to plant anything in the ground because of the septic drip system. So anything that we plant is going to be a raised garden bed. My wife wanted to get some veggies going. It's springtime. Not only that, but it's nice to be outside and do something outside every once in a while. So this would kind of give us, you know, some stuff we can eat and bounty, and then on top of that, you know, give us a little bit of date time, which is fun. But let me show you the garden box. Okay, so here's our garden box right here. This thing, like I said, was less than 50 bucks to build. All you need is an air compressor, either a brad nailer or a narrow crown stapler, 8 6-inch pickets, and 6 3-inch pickets. Here's how I did the bottom. Just did a crosshatch pattern in the bottom. And now all I need to do is line the bottom of this with cardboard, and it will hold the dirt but allow water to exit. So that's it right there. 50 bucks in about an hour. Okay guys, real quick, one more thing before I let you go. I just wanted to show you what this box looks like when the bottom is lined with cardboard. That's it, nothing crazy. I just cut it to size, doesn't need to be perfect. Throw it in the bottom. It's just going to allow the water to drain slowly. That's it. Hey, I hope you all liked the video. If you want to see more of this, please let me know down in the comments. If there's something specific that you would like to see, I would love to hear about it. And as always, you all know the deal. Like, subscribe, hit the little heart, and do all the things, and I will see you in the next video.